Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. Well, 1 week down, we got 1 week to go here in Vietnam. I just want to give you a few thoughts on the country so far and what I think about it and everything. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm here as a tourist, but we're staying in District 2. We actually moved into a new Airbnb. The Airbnb that we had, it was booked. We were just gonna stay there. It was so nice. All the Airbnbs here have washers and dryers, most of them. Free washer and dryer. The one we left even had the laundry detergent and the fabric softener. This place is different. I mean, I've only been here a week, but I already know it's different. We didn't even have to ask the people if we could store the luggage there while we were, after we checked out. They asked us. A lot of places in the Philippines, they won't let you do that anymore. I guess because of, the liability or whatever, but this is a different place. We were able to check in early in both of our Airbnbs, no extra charges or anything like that. But District 1, the reason why it's so nice, and I posted that video. It's not about views, guys. I'm trying to show y'all this place. I really am. This is like the financial hub of all of Vietnam. So that's why it's so fancy here. But we ventured out. We went to District 2, which they call it the Beverly Hillbillies of Ho Chi Minh City. Stephen and Bay, shout out to them. They've been great hosts. They live there. Really nice place. They're living the life here. And then we even ventured out to Quan 3, because they're calling them Quans now, not districts. That's where KT Vietnam, that's where he lives. He's been here 6 years. Shout out to him. I actually did a video with him that I was going to post, but we're going to have to do the video over because the coffee shop where we met, did the interview, we didn't realize that they had some type of air conditioning unit or something going behind us. And you can't make out what we're saying. It's really tough. But yeah, we're still in District 1, and I still like it. I still like it. I'm sure there's going to be some things that I don't like about this place. Number one is crossing the street, though. It's something just across the street here. There's so many motorcycles. Even when you put your hand up like this, they're still coming. They saw us struggling yesterday, so two locals, they actually carried us across the street like we were in kindergarten or something. But the food here is what makes it a world-class city. I'm pretty sure y'all seen more modern stuff. People have been ragging on me about the infrastructure here, which is good, but the infrastructure has never been a concern of mine. Even though we did ride the subway, it's nice. It reminds me of the BTS in Bangkok. I mean, it looks almost exactly the same. The setup, the whole 9 yards. But the language, it is a challenge, but it's funny to me, really, because, they don't understand you at all, and you don't understand them. And even when you use the translator, because it's just like the Philippines, they've got different tones from like the north, the central, the south. And so a lot of stuff you put in there, they don't understand. So, if I have to find a negative, that would be it. But other than that, this place is nice. Who's ever been here before will tell you that. The sightseeing tour that I took the other day, I did that for y'all, man. I really wanted to show y'all what this place looked like. I didn't even talk. I said nothing. But we've been to the Central Market, which is like an underground mall where you can go and haggle with the people. I bought some nice gym shorts and, workout shirts. And you can haggle with them there. They're going to start out high. Something like 350,000 Vietnamese dong, which would be about, I'm going to say, almost $15. You can talk them down. And they've got everything, though. Jordans for $60. And this stuff is high quality. I'm not saying it's original, but it's high quality. Whatever you're looking for, they got it. We're going to go to Saigon Center today. That's another mall, where you get some cheap items. Because I'm buying stuff mainly for the kids and, Merlin's mother over there. I bought enough stuff for me. I probably spent about $40 on myself with all that stuff. But we're going to visit a museum today. It's just so much to do here, though. 2 weeks is not enough for Ho Chi Minh City. People call it Saigon, so I guess I'll say it's Saigon because it's hard for me to say Ho Chi Minh City because I always want to say either Shangri-La. I don't know where I get the Shangri-La from, or Shanghai in China. So I just say Saigon. I say Ho Chi Minh because I want to show respect for the people, but everywhere you look, you see the Saigon sign. You'll really enjoy it. I don't see a lot of Americans here. I've seen a few, and we were talking about on the interview, because I'm gonna do it over. He's lived here for 6 years. He knows more about it, but I asked him about the age gap myth. There's a myth in Vietnam that they don't do the age gap with foreigners. I'd heard that before I came here, but it's just not true, man. The minute I got off the plane, I've seen several age gap relationships. And me and Steven, we were laughing about it and talking about it. He says, I don't know why people would say that. And KT did say that it's easier to meet women at these cafes. I mean, there's cafes all over the place. You can't walk 5 feet without seeing a coffee shop or some type of restaurant or some type of business like that. But here, this is just what I've seen. The women are either average or mid, or they're just spectacularly beautiful. And they're just not the straight up and down Asian women. These women are built. I'm happy with Merlin, but I'm just telling you guys, because I know it's what you're interested in. And he said that they're easy to meet. You may have to use a translator. He said, don't be a creep. Just say hello, I think it's Sing Chow. Yeah, Sing Chow is hello. And come on is thank you. Those are the 2 words that I've learned so far. But that would be the only negative. This place is well put together. I'm looking out, we're on the 5th floor balcony now. It's just so modern here. And he said the further you get away from District 1, you really start seeing the progress. He said just in the 6 weeks he's been here, the place is like night and day. I was talking to another gentleman, the gentleman that I told you his video had 2 million views, but he said CNBC is what pushed that, the reason why it's got so many. He was like, and he's been here 6 years, he said it's like night and day. He invited us out to a karaoke night at a club, well, I guess a resto bar would be called, Alibis. The food is delicious, but it's expensive. It's sort of like, when you talk about, Southeast Asia, these is high prices. I paid 240,000 Vietnamese dong, almost $10 for a burger, but it was probably the best burger that I've had since I've been in Southeast Asia. But they had a karaoke night, and there was a lot of foreigners in there, mostly foreigners, but some locals were trickling in. But he was talking about the progress and how Vietnam is eventually, their goal is to start making English almost like a primary language here. So yeah, we're just chilling out, man. And I just wanted to come on here, and this is my first video actually sitting in front of the camera because I'm still blown away. This place is really a change of pace. People want They want you to compare all the places. Guys, you can't do that. You know, even Thailand, I wouldn't even compare Thailand to Vietnam, because you have to pull one place down to make the other place look good or look better. I'm just telling you that they all have their qualities, things that you're going to like. When I came to the Philippines, I was looking for something different from the United States. So when I came to Vietnam, I was looking for something different from the Philippines. Obviously, and I found it. You know, people have been asking me about the visa process. Man, it's simple. But just make sure you go online in the government site. I'll put the link in the description. It's $25 for a single entry, 90 days, or $50 for multi-entry, 90 days. And then you make the border run. Some people go to Cambodia and come back. But some of the must-see things in Saigon are the War Museum, obviously, Independence Palace. Take that sightseeing bus I took, Ben Thanh Market, the street food. Man, the street food is crazy here. I don't eat the street food in the Philippines, but here I do. But you have to be careful here too. But it's just more options. It's just more colorful here. But the best food is from these these sidewalk restaurants. These fancy places, man, they're gonna bust your head. We've had chicken here that was 200,000 Vietnamese dong. You know, you just don't want to do that. You don't have to do that. You can get the banh mi or the banh mi, however you want to pronounce it, in some places, man, for 30,000 dong, which is a little bit over $1. Pho, which is, you know, the soup, you could get that, man, for 17,000, you know, less than $1. But, you know, you just have to be careful. We ate at a place yesterday, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it here. I had this beef stew, this sort of beef, they call it beef soup, green beef soup. And I was like, well, what is this? I wanted to try it out. Man, it was delicious. I mean, the beef was so tender. Then they give you a piece of bread. It's hot. It's not like the banh bread with the banh mi bread. And it's so soft. And you dip that in the juice, man. It's delicious. But we've just really had the time of our lives here. In this part of District 1, you can really see the French influence. You can see this is where like the locals, this is more off the beaten path of District 1, where it's not so, you know, glitzy. I mean, like I said, when you go there where we were staying before, man, it's almost like you're on 42nd Street in New York, the Magnificent Mile in Chicago. It has that vibe to it. But I just wanted to come on here to tell you, man, to come here, guys, and give this place a try, because for some reason we bypassed this place. I don't know why. Every American that I've talked to over here, I've talked to 3, they said that Vietnam has moved on from the war. It just seems like Americans, like we're stuck there and with this negative view of Vietnam, but they moved on. You know, they want to, you know, get along with the Americans, with the Chinese, because they know they need us, you know, to achieve the goals that they have for this country. If this is the vision that Ho Chi Minh City had for Vietnam, I mean, that Ho Chi Minh had for Vietnam, man, it was a great vision. Whoever took it and expanded on it. But yeah, probably the greatest compliment I could give this place is that Maryland likes it. You know, Filipinos, they're very proud of their country too. And, you know, when I was talking to y'all about walking around freely with my camera over here, it's almost like the people are proud. They're glad that you're showing off their city, their country. This is a great place for vloggers. You want to be a vlogger here, you just don't have the pressure on you that's rose up in the Philippines. It didn't used to be that way. Over there now, you know, it's tough. to be a vlogger there. You got to blur out people's faces. I was never one to intrude on people's privacy anyway. I just, people were just the background, but you can't even do that over there anymore. You're going to have a problem, but over here, it's almost like they welcome you to pull out your camera. And everybody's got cameras here. But thank y'all so much. I just wanted to give kind of like an update of where we are today. We're in a new Airbnb. It's not as nice as the other one. It's not as new, but it still has all the amenities. Wash and dry downstairs, the Netflix, excuse me. It's got everything, the aircon, the hot shower, the nice bed. We slept pretty good last night. And, people, I had a guy in my comments, oh, don't be attracting pookies over here. Look, guy, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't blame that on me. Vietnam is booming. We met some foreigners at that Alibis Club the other day. Women, a lot of foreign women over here. They'll tell you. They only came over here to visit and they stayed. They're still in all a year on where I just got here, But it won't be me is the reason. People are discovering Vietnam. They've been coming over here, but it's really exploding, man. It's on the heels of being like a Thailand. If Thailand's going like this, Vietnam's going like this. And there's no end in sight, really. If you look at the numbers, it'll tell you. So no, you always say that, oh, don't tell people, don't see. Man, this place is no secret. I mean, stop being so narrow-minded, man. But we bring that American thinking over here. Americans, man, we're a different creature. I can tell you that now. And you'll only know once you get outside of America. A friend of mine the other day, because we were talking about social media. And he said why he doesn't have a social media presence. He uses AI and stuff like that because he's in tech. And he was like, what you do, Calvin, he said, you put yourself out there to be pulled down, to be destroyed. He said, and Americans would do that to you. He said, because we hate other Americans more than we hate anybody else. And I never thought of it like that. But it's true. He sees the bullshit I put up with over in the Philippines from Americans, man. But I don't want to get into it. But anyway, I want to put this out there. Heidi of Philippine Antics is sick, man. She's very, very ill. And she needs our help, man. I'm going to put, he hasn't sent me the link, but they've got a GoFundMe page. They're trying to raise some money for hospitalization. I mean, she's really, really sick, guys. They're not e-bigging or nothing. This is a serious thing, man. I'm going to help them. And I want you to help them if you can. A Philippine, Heidi enjoyed Philippine Antics. She's in bad shape, man. And she needs our help, man. And if you can help, I'm going to put the link to that GoFundMe in the description. Send them $1, $5, whatever you can, man, to try to get them closer to the goal. They're trying to get her back home. She can't travel right now, though, because she's got insurance at home, but her condition is so bad that she can't travel right now. She can't fly. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. I'm going to have my live stream later on today. The time really messes with me here. I haven't done my spin wheel. I meant to do it Sunday, meant to do it yesterday. But we're an hour behind the Philippines. And I just haven't caught up with it yet. But I'll do it today, guys. Take care.